The used vehicle market outlook is somewhat murky, but it looks as though we could be in something of a flat spot for a while.
For the remainder of this year and into the first probably quarter of next year, it's I don't want to say it's kind of catch as catch can, but it's really kind of murky. Since late July and now these first 2 weeks of August, we seem to have found a flat spot again. In looking at MMR numbers and looking at what the auction's producing and just digging in through some of the data channels we use to create a mid-year outlook, it looks like we've been on about a flat spot since the last week of the last week of July and these first 2 weeks of August. And everything we've seen this week indicates that that's so. I would think we hold here probably through the summer into September. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens with the OEMs. Are we going to get the 2023 models start showing up sometime in October or November? Or are we going to wait all the way into January and February for fleet vehicles? Obviously, the economy is going to have somewhat of an effect on what happens. I think we've had a pretty good rinse so far with bad economic news. 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. We've certainly seen interest rates on the rise, and I think that's going to continue to happen throughout the end of the year. So there's going to be some tightening. We watched freight come in starting last February. Christmas of 21 was really peak freight season. That was Armageddon. That was the biggest freight bubble peak we've seen in forever. So we've sort of come off of that. A lot of that has to rinse out as we go forward. Christmas will obviously have a big effect on that near-in final mile freight customer as well. So we'll see. But you've seen, Walmart has watched their online business come off. Amazon, certainly same thing. Most of your online retailers have sort of contracted a bit. And that's what was really pushing a lot of that, class 3, class 4, class 5 vehicle frenzy throughout last year. So I don't think we're going to run right back to there. But as long as the OEMs don't come forward with a big burst of vehicles all at once, and that seems highly doubtful, I think we sort of take this thing down maybe 1% to 0.5% a week between now and the end of the year. And about the time you see us coming back into what was fairly normal late 2019, early 2020, we probably found another flat spot for a while.